Hey, good afternoon once again. Got Brett Adair on this storm right here. Just now warned for a severe thunderstorm warning. I am perennially setting things up here and getting everything the way I want it. But we'll go to Brett's feed as soon as we get any sort of warning out of this. Let's see. But yeah, there is a severe thunderstorm warning on this one right now. And I'm just going to move this right here. Just seeing what they're saying on this warning right here. Let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued. We don't have the text out on that just yet. Getting that here in just a second, though. Okay. I'm thinking they're going to go tornado possible on this one. This is for northwestern Grant Parish, Wynn Parish, or southwestern Wynn Parish, and southeastern Natchitoches Parish. Severe thunderstorm located 18 miles south of Natchitoches, moving northeast at 35. The 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and half-dollar-sized hail is possible out of this one. Locations impacted include Montgomery, Natchez, Atlanta, Bermuda, Melrose, St. Maurice, Clutcheville, Cypress Hill, Flora, and Bellwood. There is a tornado possible tag on this one, and we have tornado warnings coming out of Texas, so it's about to get very busy here. Looking at velocity on this thing, that is the area of concern, just now passing through Mink, and that's going to cross I-49 up around Clutcheville. Hold on one second. I got to find one thing. I'll be right back. Okay. Couldn't find the phone. Needed that. Just to keep up with everyone, see where they're at. So let's take a look right now. And actually, what I wanted to do was track and see where Brett was on this storm. I just got off the phone with him, and yeah, he is going to be waiting right there on 49 for this thing to cross. So let's take a look at his stream real quick. I will bring him up here, and forgive me if he says something a little off color. I don't think he will, but this is going to be the stream. This is this storm here that is going into, or that is in Natchitoches Parish, and it has a severe thunderstorm warning about to cross I-49. Let's see what Brett sees.
Yep, right there. All right, what I need you to do as quickly as humanly possible, grab that drone. We can just pull off. Wherever we can get over here, I guess, to get a view of it coming at us.
All right, he's just in some rain now, getting in position, so nothing crazy showing up there. I'll keep his preview up on my computer and watch it that way. And if I see something interesting there, we will go to that. But this severe thunderstorm warning continues until 2:15 p.m. First warning we've had since this morning. We do have these warnings coming out of Texas as well. And again, the sun keeps popping out. That is not good news. So if you see blue skies and you think, hey, this is, I thought this was supposed to be bad, seeing the sun is not good. That means more instability is going to show up than was forecast. And we're already kind of beyond where we were supposed to be with this. So instability levels a little higher than forecast. That is definitely not a good thing for this setup, given that we are already kind of off the charts with what we have going on here. So right now at Alexandria, 76, the dew point 71. I thought it was going to be about 74 for a high with a dew point of around 69 or 70. So to see those numbers elevated above that, and the sun's still out, and that's a reading from 16 minutes ago, it could be even warmer. Yeah, it actually at the airport. Now this is not This one is not official, but 79 now, and the dew point's 72 as of a few minutes ago. So that sun has really warmed us up. That means more instability, and that means problems for us. Let's go back to Brett. Looks like he at least has some sort of interesting view of the lowering off in the distance there. And then I'm going to take a look at my cameras as well. So 1 second, we're going to go back and see what Brett has going on.
Firmware updated. Relink the device. Press the button and hold the power button on the aircraft. Hold up. Yeah, it ain't. That's a Mavic 3. Is that the Pro? Let me see. No, that's the Mavic 3.
And if you can still hear me, I think you should be able to. This is up around exit 119
right
off of 49. He's looking at the severe storm coming in from Natchitoches. Or toward south of Natchitoches.
Oh. Yeah, get it out. Let's go.
Alright. Which bad self?
What the hell is going on here? Oh, there we go. Got it?
Yep.
All right, cool.
And there he's going up with the drone. That's pretty insane.
Dude, what?
Although when they go to less EV.
Why is that?
Okay, so Brett Adair, well, that was an incredibly crazy shot right there. I don't think he has his audio on this. So Brett is looking southwest at the severe thunderstorm, has the drone up, and he is watching this as this storm continues to move toward I-49. If there is a tornado on this thing, we're going to have it live right here. Courtesy Storm Chaser Brett Adair with Live Storms Media. He's been awesome in letting us use his stuff, and just incredible view right here of this thing. Let me check my audio real quick. Okay, I hope that fixed my audio a little bit. Brett zoomed in on that cell that is now rolling up across or toward Highway 49, Interstate 49. He has the drone up, and this is the view we are seeing right now with that cell that has a severe thunderstorm warning, does not have a tornado warning on it at this point. Okay, you guys can hear me. That's awesome. But we are seeing at least what looks like a little bit of a funnel trying to form on this. So we're going to be watching this very closely, and we're going to leave it with Brett since he has eyes on this. All right. Yeah, and he's just going to be working that drone around, kind of looking at that lowering, that bowl that's coming down off of this supercell thunderstorm. I'm looking behind the scenes here to see if we have anything really showing up on velocity, but obviously this picture right here, this is going to tell the story. And yeah, I believe it was the Clutcheville exit. He was at exit 119 is where I saw him getting off. So this is a drone video. This is a live drone capture of the supercell that is now approaching Interstate 49. And I'm just going through my typical radar cycle here behind the scenes, looking at things. But right there, oh, did you see that? That lightning was very close. Brett, you might want to go ahead and get in. This is near Clutcheville. Let me, golly. Oh, that one was right out in the field. Let me see. All right, so that is your lowering on this supercell thunderstorm. Let me just get his exact location up here so I'm not fibbing you. 1 second. I'll be quiet for a second as I'm typing something to National Weather Service. Okay, so just looking down the road at this one. This is a drone video. This is not me out there. I am here in the office. This is Brett. And Brett is, as I am seeing right now, looks like he is right at Highway 119 and 49. And I thought it said exit number 119. I could be a little off on that, but I think that might be accurate, actually. That would make sense. And Brett's just kind of camped out right in the hook there. He's got the drone up watching this. And as this thing comes over, he's going to have footage of it if it does decide to drop. National Weather Service in Shreveport is watching this one closely. They are most certainly aware of this storm, and they have the severe thunderstorm warning on it, and they are watching this one, and they're going to continue on with that severe thunderstorm warning. If we get a tornado warning, of course, you'll get notifications from the Cenla Weather app and any other weather apps you might have. But for right now, this just has that severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on it. And Brett's going to zoom in from time to time and see what he sees. But the lightning is absolutely wicked on this. You can see some striations to the cloud cover there. And he's just going to keep panning around with that until he has to move his position if the rain kind of overtakes him. Because the road network is not going to be great to chase this one. If he doesn't get this before it crosses 49, I mean, he kind of has to cross up toward like Melrose or something and then find a way to get across into Grant Parish. So that storm, looking at it on radar, it's kind of interesting. It actually looks like we have another little appendage forming on the backside. I'm not going to go away from this footage because it's incredibly compelling, but it looks like another supercell is forming kind of on the backside of this. All right, we are back on the ground. I think he's going to reposition. Okay, so we'll go away from Brett right now, jump back over to radar. Here's what I was talking about. Now, we have the one supercell that Brett was on, and I'm going to just have his feed up here on the Live Storms media page. I'm just watching that here so I can see if he gets the drone back up. But this cell, let's go over the last little while here. Let's take you on the tour with this one. There's the one cell. Look what's forming behind it, though. There's another hook forming there. So I think this one's going to kind of cycle out maybe, and then this one could take over. We're going to have to watch that very carefully. So there's a lot of lightning going back into that one. So as this thing continues on to the northeast, we could see that cell taking over on the back end. Let me pull that lightning off. So we have this one right here. We have tornadic supercells out in Texas that are moving this way. Another cell forming near Jasper, and this one southeast of Lufkin. So lots of things going on, and this is the main line out here. So anything out ahead of this really has a chance to go off, and that could happen fairly quickly. Oops, let me turn the sound down on my phone. All right, still in a moderate risk. All that doesn't really matter at this point. I'm just looking at seeing if they have any new discussions coming out. All right, so all right, let's take a look at the velocity data on this storm. And that is now crossing I-49, possibly some hail involved with this one just north of Clucheville. There is storm number 1. Storm number 2 coming in behind it, starting to look pretty darn impressive here. Let me go with the Lake Charles radar and the Shreveport. We're kind of in between those two just to get different views. There is supercell number 1 and number 2 trying to form right behind it on its heels there. And we're going to get our best view of the radar here from the Fort Johnson radar. But you can see these storms are most certainly getting that characteristic look to them, that hook echo that is so traditional with these tornadic supercell thunderstorms. Off to the northwest, there's your main line just east of Shreveport, down through Center, Nacogdoches, and toward Huntsville, Texas. Another confirmed tornado down here toward League City. Let me go and take a quick look down here. I'm watching Brett to see if he has anything or if we get any other warnings. But I'm going to go to the Lake Charles radar, and it's going to be tough to see from this far away, but it looks like that confirmed tornado down here would be near Santa Fe, Texas, Algoa, and then heading toward Dickinson, but way out of our area. So let's get back to our area, take a look at what's going on with the severe thunderstorm over Natchitoches Parish that's moving into northwestern Grant as we speak. So that is what we have on the Fort Johnson radar right now. New storms forming, and they pretty instantly get that little shape to them as there is a highly sheared environment in place, and these strong southerly winds are combining with westerly winds aloft, and this is one of those days where things are really coming together for the potential of a severe weather outbreak. I'm looking to see if they released another weather balloon. Just got to keep the forecasting process as you go, and they did here. So the Lake Charles weather balloon showing massive instability now. And like I said, we're at 79 degrees with a dew point of 72. When this balloon was released from Lake Charles, where it was warmer, it was 77 over 72. And that puts a cape, which if we have a cape of 1,000 in many instances, we're looking at the threat for severe weather. In this case, we have a cape of over 4,000, so it is way, way up there. Wind shear on that sounding was not crazy, but I think up here in this area, we are seeing a little bit more wind shear from what I've been seeing on this. So I'm going to take a look at that in more detail from the radar site. But currently, we have the one warning going on there in Natchitoches and Grant Parish for these kind of supercells that are competing a bit. And then out ahead of this, we have the sun peeking out. We're approaching 80 degrees, which was not supposed to happen. So that's adding instability, adding fuel to the fire, so to speak, across our area. So let me take one look at this. VWP, I'm looking at vertical wind profiles. And yeah, so right now, the wind shear profile is strong, but the directional turning with it is not crazy right now. So I'm hoping that's going to help us out. Now, when these storms deviate more to the right, that's going to increase the amount of wind shear they are undergoing. So that is going to be something that we're going to have to watch for, and we're just going to have to kind of take what these storms give us. But Brett's up in Clutcheville right now. He's in the rain, so it's not worth watching. He's just getting rained on. But if he gets that drone up again, for sure, we're going to be talking about that. So, sure, base velocity, storm relative, not seeing anything saying that, hey, there's that this is about to go. But a severe thunderstorm warning does continue with this cell as it moves into northwestern Grant Parish out of southeastern Natchitoches. And I'm going to actually look at my camera. I have too many tabs open. I can tell you that right now. I'm going to clear out a few of these. Okay, need that one. Let's, before, the warnings really pop off here, let's go again and take a look at that HRRR model. Whoops. Sorry if that glitched on you. Hold on. Got to look at one thing real quick. Let's actually go back to radar before we do this. So, severe thunderstorm warning continues for parts of Natchitoches and Grant Parish. Storm relative velocity here showing some form of rotation. Brett's got the drone back up. Let me look at this real quick. I'm watching that correlation coefficient closely, but if we get something on the ground, we're going to see it. Let's go back to Brett here. Pull that up, and I'll keep my audio going. This is a drone that Brett has up. Let's see where he is. Let me give you a more specific location. I'm still here. I'm looking. I think he's right near 49. Yeah, he's right near 49. If you're on radar scope and have the spotter dots, you can follow along with that. But it looks like he is right there near Clucheville on I-49, and he's looking. Well, he was looking into that storm. Now he's back. I think the rain probably chased him off. So yeah, he's right on 49. Hail reports out of Arkansas. There was some baseball-sized hail earlier up into, I believe it was Mississippi. Okay. Go back over to Shreveport. So yeah, Brett is just driving now. Let's go back to radar. When he gets that drone up, that is some incredible footage there. Thank you to him for letting us use that. There we go. All right, just going back to get my chat up, see Shreveport. So these storms continue on toward the northeast at about 30 miles per hour. I'm going to go and get the updated warning text on this for you. Okay, at 1:28 p.m., so that's 5 minutes ago, a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles south of Montgomery or 16 miles southeast of Natchitoches, moving northeast at 35. Hazard is wind gusts to 60 and half-dollar-sized hail. This warning is for northwestern Grant, southwestern wind, and southeastern Natchitoches Parish. Hail damage is going to be possible with this. There's also going to be that threat for those strong and damaging winds. And this is going to be near Montgomery, Atlanta, Clucheville, Melrose, and Cypress over the next 15-20 minutes. And this warning goes until 2:15. We're at 1:34 right now. So this one, they're issuing longer fuse warnings. This morning, those were pretty short. Like 20, 30-minute warnings. These are going to be longer as we have one supercell we're really watching here, but so far have not seen any evidence that this is on the ground. And it is a severe thunderstorm warning, so not entirely surprising that we're not seeing anything on the ground. But we do have some turning in the winds there. I'm just going to go back and take a look at that correlation coefficient. See a little suspect area there crossing 49, but I think Brett would have had that if anything was actually down. And you can see kind of a double structure to this storm. So there's the one out front, the other one out here in the back, and I could see that one kind of taking over here over the next little while. Also a storm just west of Alexandria. We can take a look here, and I think I should have that one on camera. Let's look west and see what we see here. Just looks like some rain out there with that one. Now, let's go through this real quickly on that HRRR model. Like I was saying, I wanted to kind of run you through this over the next few hours. Isolated supercells out ahead of the main line. That's going to be your big issue, but we're also going to see those supercells embedded inside that line. And when that happens, that's when we get some pretty quick turning in these things, and we could see some tornadic activity. We're under a moderate risk for severe weather. That's really going to be driven by the tornado and the damaging wind threat. By about 6:30, 7 o'clock, this thing's gone. It's out to the east into Mississippi and southeast Louisiana, and we are left with some cooler, drier air, and then it cools off really big time here in a few days. We're going to see some much cooler air. Yeah, Brett's still on the ground, probably getting ready to get that drone up. Let's go back to radar, see what we have on those warnings. Still a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Natchitoches, northwestern Grant, and southern Wind Parish with this storm as it continues on to the northeast. Also seeing some new storms popping here near Anacoco. Got lightning on that one. Let's see kind of the evolution of that. There you go. We over the last half hour, that went from nothing to producing lightning. We have another one over southern Toledo Bend moving into southeastern or southwestern Sabine Parish, and then this cell here near Jasper. Any of these cells that are forming, especially once they acquire some lightning, we're going to start to see those rotate, and we could possibly see some tornadoes out of these. I think as we get further into the afternoon, that chance is going to increase, and things, unfortunately, are just kind of starting to come together right now. And I'm sorry if I've been missing comments and everything. it's tough to keep up with it all. I'm really trying to watch Brett's stream and make sure I'm not missing anything there. So I'm going to be hitting the most active things. I'm going to try my best to talk about it all. Just have another mesoscale discussion I've got to read. So when you stay live this long, you're going to have these little quiet spots where you sit there and you go and you read and you kind of get up to speed on things here. And I'm going to do that right now-ish. I'll read it to you guys. How's that? Okay. 95% chance of a new tornado watch because this one expires at 3. It's going to happen. There's going to be an expansion of that watch. And I'm going to try to not dumb this down. I'm going to try to simplify what I'm reading here. The anticipated primary round of severe storms is expected to take shape soon. Quasi-linear convective system, that's just a broken line of supercells, likely preceded by supercells with all severe hazards are expected. Several EF0 to EF2 tornadoes are anticipated, and a few intense EF3 plus tornadoes are likely. A particularly dangerous situation tornado watch will be issued within the next hour or so. That's another rarity that we see. These moderate risks are rare. The high risks are very rare, and when you get these particularly dangerous situation tornado watches, that is definitely also something we don't see a ton of. Just popping over to see if Brett's looking. Oh, he's got a pretty interesting view. Let's go to that. Go to that. I will read this and see if there's anything I can glean from it. I'll let Brett do the driving on this for just a second. Again, he's near Clutcheville looking at that storm that is crossing I-49 right now into northwestern Grant Parish, but a pretty nasty looking sky right there. Yeah, it looks like they'll go with that particularly dangerous tornado watch here shortly. Brett is on ground level. Looks like he is tracking somewhat of a wall cloud type feature there. If you can see that right in the center of your screen. I'm going to look at my camera, see if I'm getting anything, any view off the Natchitoches camera. We'll look southeast. He's got a better shot of that than me. Southeast. Yep, he's got a much better view, so we'll stick with that. And if anybody's gonna find it, Brett's gonna find something there. HRRR is looking wild, Kenny. It's gonna be a busy one. And this right here is Storm Tracker Brett Adair out there looking for, that's at Chopin? Okay. What does 25 miles of a point mean? That means you have, let's say there's a 15% risk of tornadoes. 15% risk of tornadoes means that you have, like say I'm in Alexandria. That means there's a 15% chance that if I draw a circle around Alexandria that's a equal distance line, 25 miles from around where I'm at, there's a 15% chance that a tornado will occur in that bubble. So it sounds scary to see that 15% risk of tornadoes, but that still leaves you a very low chance at any individual location that you're going to see one. Looks like Brett is getting back on the highway, and I would guess he's probably going to be, I could see him peeling off this storm and going to see something else, because it does not look like that one has really taken hold yet and it's not ready to do much. So we're going to come back, take a look at radar, and yeah, you know, that looks pretty quiet for right now. These supercells out here and these things that are forming here make me think that we're going to be on for a long time over the next little bit. So what I'm going to do is step away for a little bit, get a drink, and I'm going to come back in here and we're going to go live, likely wall to wall for a few hours. So taking a break, stepping away right now. I will be back shortly.